Congratulations to Angel Reese. She got another first ever at Unrivaled. Of course, everything at Unrivaled this year is the first ever since it's the inaugural season. But she was named to the all second team, first ever all second team at Unrivaled. Obviously, she had gotten the first ejection, which made some news earlier in the season. And now she's been named the first ever Unrivaled Defensive Player of the Year. And to me, the thing that stands out the most about Angel defensively is her versatility. Full disclosure, I had a vote. I voted for Nafisa Collier as Defensive Player of the Year, who's likely to win MVP. But overall, I think the Unrivaled experience has been great for Angel Reese. She's gotten to work on her game, and some of those aspects of her game were put on display, like the defensive versatility I was just referencing, because I don't think of Reese as like a rim protector, but she's a big body inside there, and she's very versatile in the way that she can guard the perimeter. She's got very quick hands as far as getting steals, and she's proven at Unrivaled she can take the ball in transition a little bit as well. Then there's the rebounding, which you can't necessarily call defense. She led Unrivaled in rebounding, which is not a surprise, but the last act of defense, in a sense, is securing the basketball. So having Angel Reese there to clean up the boards is a boost to a defense. And this was not just fan voting. It was not just media voting. Players and coaches voted on this as well, and it was split up. And obviously, a lot of people saw Angel Reese on the defensive side of the ball and thought she needs to win this award. So that's the basic news of it. Angel Reese wins it. Another celebratory moment for her at Unrivaled. I know some of the lowlights have been shared online and people take advantage of that, but I think overall she's boosted her perception with basketball fans. She's clearly improved at Unrivaled. Now the question is, what's her injury status? Because there was no update on that that was given. They did media availability late in the week, and she was not made available. Her coach, again, gave no update on her status. And if I'm going to criticize Unrivaled for one thing, I think they've been a little coy with the injury updates. And I understand why. Don't get me wrong. I understand why, because they don't want bad press for players getting injured there. And that being a negative stigma to the league. But I do think fans are owed transparency in that regard. And there's probably a lot of Angel Reese fans who are sitting there and Chicago Sky fans going, all right, what's going on? Because if you're unaware, she left the game, the last game that the Rose BC played, and there was no update after. She had fallen backwards and kind of aggravated the wrist that she had surgically repaired. Left the game, wasn't in the locker room after the game. No updates since. And that was earlier this week. Now the playoffs are coming up. We'll learn something about her status, whether she is in the game or not. But that's one small critique I have. Yeah, as I've said about Unrivaled overall, I mean, I think it's a positive thing. I think it doesn't need to be oversold. No one needs to say it's been the most successful thing in history or anything like that. But they've gotten a lot of sponsorship deals. They are getting women paid, and they're providing an entertainment outlet that did not exist before. So it doesn't need to be overhyped, but I also don't think it needs to be mocked or undermined. And people going out of their way to look at specific numbers or whatnot. I thought the one-on-one tournament was a success. We'll see how the playoffs are. I think it's interesting to see how they adjust from year 1 to 2, what they change, what they tweak. But one thing will stay the same. Everything done now is making history in a sense. And Angel Reese is the first ever Defensive Player of the Year at Unrivaled.